Hey, this is Shiraz with Shiraz Meza Fitness. One question I get asked a lot as a personal trainer is, Shiraz, are you related to The Rock? I wish it was, but it's not. I'm joking with you. The main question I get asked as a personal trainer from many people is, Shiraz, how many reps should I be doing? What kind of weight do I need to be using? And how many sets do I need to do? So this is kind of confusing, and it's obviously confusing because of the amount of information the plethora of information that is out there on the internet, on YouTube, in fitness magazines, and personal trainers, or a friend of a friend who said you need to do it this way. And so you've got this kind of, you don't know what to be doing. That is exactly what I would like to clarify in this video, so stay tuned. Okay, so as I mentioned, people train for a variety of different things. Now, they don't have this plastered on their head or broadcast it to everybody that says, I'm training for this, or I'm training for this. And so if you're looking at them and thinking, well, I like your body, or I like what you've achieved, let me just copy what you're doing and then maybe I'll get the same results. You need to understand what you're training for. When you get clear, crystal clear on what you're training for, then you'll be able to understand how much weight, how many sets, and how many reps you need to do. So the 5 kind of main areas that people do train for in the gym. First one is to do, well, it's not the first one, but it's, you know, in the top of this pyramid, for example, in the sense that take that back. One of the areas that people train for is to do with power, wanting to increase their power, okay? Second one is to do with basically trying to increase their strength. A third reason is to do with increasing muscle mass and tonality of your body. Fourth one is to do with basically the endurance of your muscle. And then a fifth one is to do with the stability and flexibility of your muscle. So once you've got completely clear on what you want to train for, then my friends, here is where you get your notepad out, your pencil. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please make notes because this will definitely help you. Okay, so if you're training for power, then the number of reps that you need to do is anywhere between 1 to 3. The number of sets that you want to be aiming for, anywhere between 5 and 6. Now the rest time in between sets can be as high as 4 to 5 minutes because you need to give time for your muscles to recuperate. Now in terms of your maximum strength abilities, your 1 rep max is where it would take all your energy just to lift for 1 and then you cannot do any more. That is basically your 1 rep max. That's the maximum weight that you can lift. With regards to power, you need to be aiming for anywhere between 95% to 100% of your total 1 rep max. Clear? Excellent. Second reason people train, some people want to train for strength. And so in terms of strength, the number of reps that you're going to be doing are going to be between 3 to 6. The number of sets that you want to be aiming for is 4 to 5 with like a 2 to 4 minute rest in between. Now this is going to use about 80 to 95% of your 1 rep max ability. Now the main area that people come into the gym to train for is to do with building some muscle, some tonality, toning things up, getting rid of bingo wings and stuff like this. So in terms of muscle building, you want to be aiming for anywhere between 6 to 12 in terms of your reps. Now if you cannot do 6, that means the weight's too heavy for you, and if you can do more than 12, it's too light for you. In terms of sets, anywhere between 3 to 4. Now the rest time in between these sets, no longer than 1 to 2 minutes. Now I'm giving you specific times in terms of rest because the longer you rest, the more time you're giving your muscles to cool down. And then it's going to be harder for you to try and get them warmed back up again. And by getting warmed up, I mean then pushing it to the part where it starts to cause enough stress for your muscles to adapt and tone. Now in terms of your 1 rep max ability for muscle building, it needs to be between 65 to 80%. So what does that mean? So ask yourself the question, when you're training, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being you're sat at home, feet up, watching whatever it is that you're watching on TV, no level of exertion of energy, versus 10, you are flat out, you cannot maintain this level any longer than 10 more seconds. If you are 5 or below, in terms of analyzing yourself, when you were pushing this weight, how did you feel on that scale? Was it a 5? If it was a 5 and less, then guess what? You're not pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. You're not challenging yourself. Your muscles will not adapt. They will not do what you want them to do. You have to exert enough pressure, and not pressure, but enough stress on that muscle for it to want or need to adapt, because you're putting enough stress. And by that, it means like a level 7 and above. That is an acceptable level of an exertion level. All right, clear? So another thing people train for is endurance of their muscle. And so with endurance, the number of reps that you need to be doing is anywhere between 12 and 20. Number of sets, between 2 and 3. Now the rest time is obviously shortened. Now it's 0 to 60 seconds, because this is going to use about 50 to 65% of your 1 rep max energy level. And then the final one, there's no order to this, but the final one in this list, flexibility and stability. With this, you're going to aim for anywhere, reps-wise, anywhere between 18 to 25, only 1 or 2 reps, and having maybe a 0 to 30 second rest in between, because this is going to take less than 50% of your energy level. So hopefully that has clarified how many sets you need to be doing, what kind of weight you need to be doing. First, get clear, crystal clear. What are you in the gym for? What are you training for? Look, because of the confusion, because of the variety of different people that we have in the gyms, they're all training for different things. So if you just go in the gym and, because a friend of a friend is training a certain way and they say you need to do it this way, you think, well, if you said it, then, it's like the voice of God, I'm going to listen to it verbatim. Get clear on what you're training for. Once you're crystal clear on that, follow your goal to achieve what you want to achieve.